Hey everybody, it's Christine up with a new Scrapbook Sketches 104 episode, and this one is also a monthly layout. Still trying to finish off 2020, and this one is for November. So, because it's a monthly layout, there are not going to be just 3 pictures on this. There are going to be a lot more. So to give you a peek at how my pictures come out, I print them on 4x6 and I print 4 of them. So they end up being 2x3 in size. And that is just a really good size for this kind of thing. It allows you to get a whole bunch of them on there in a collage design without any of them getting lost and without any of them overwhelming the others. I do print them in black and white for my monthly layouts so that the colors are more easily blended together. So I am continuing to use the Best Year Ever collection from Simple Stories, which came out a long time ago, but it is still available in quite a few places. So I will link you up to that down below if I can find some good links for you. So I am using the November monthly stuff. This really cute patterned plaid I really like the colors of it. So I'm going to use that for my 3 background strips that the sketch calls for. And I am going to put those onto some cream colored cardstock that comes from Simple Stories from their Color Vibe collection. And that balance of the plaid with the cream color is really nice. Now you're going to notice that those are a little bit shorter than I really probably intended to. I mismeasured in my brain and then cut. So what I'm actually going to do is take some orange cardstock and trim some pieces to go on the bottom of each of those columns. And I will use a border punch to create some interesting texture and design to it. And so I'll add those and lengthen each of my columns that way. The orange was a really nice compliment. And, I'm going to tell you, this is probably my favorite of all the monthly layouts that I've done. First of all, I really like fall, and I have just always have nostalgic memories of fall each year. But I just really like the way the design of this one came together. So while I am constantly purging tools and products, punches are something that I very, very rarely get rid of, including border punches. So this border punch that I'm working with now is probably over 10 years old. It's an older one, but I have not gotten rid of any of my border punches because there's times like this where you just want to add something extra. And I do feel like most of them are pretty timeless patterns as well. And so, I don't have a ton of them, but I do have 4 or 5 that I had gotten originally and continue to keep and continue to use. So those will add a nice little extra length to each of those columns. And right now I'm just kind of trying to line things up, make sure it's on there straight. And while I am trying to get them vertically straight, I am going to stagger the edges of my border. I debated back and forth whether I wanted them to all line up perfectly or if I wanted to stagger them. And in the end, I really liked the look of how they looked staggered. But that's not going to require any extra measurement or anything. I'm literally just going to put some further under the plaid and some less further under. And so just like you can see right there, I put one, barely tucked it under, and then the next one I tucked it under quite a bit. And so I'll do that for all 3 columns, both the top and the bottom, to lengthen that all the way around. I think part of what I love about this layout is the combination of the navy blue, the orange that's not super bright, and that green. I just love the way the 3 colors work together. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add some brown wood grain washi tape, also from Simple Stories, to the top and bottom of my plaid. It felt like I needed something there. And so I tried several different things and they were all kind of bright. And so I decided that this wood grain would not be bright and would be just a nice subtle addition. So you can see that I have got 9 pictures that are going to go on this one. And then I've got my November there that I'm going to use as well. You're also going to notice that I'm changing the background that I matted my photo collage with. And that is because I felt like there was too much orange going on. And I don't feel like that translates as much on camera. I actually think it looks better on camera than it did in person. But in person, I just wasn't loving all of the orange with the orange matting, the orange borders, the orange popping on the plaid. And so I decided to switch to this olive green color and was much happier with it. So switching those out, and then I will continue on down the layout. Now you can see where I'm placing those that it kind of resembles the sketch, and that was the goal, to have something in the top left and something in the bottom right. Then I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out the word November from this. On all of my monthly layouts for 2020, I fussy cut this script word out of each one, and that is just a cut apart card that is on the back side of the patterned paper. And it's just, I love the script look and want to use it, but as it is, it's 4x6, and so this is just a way to make it a little smaller and make it work on the layout better. I almost always pop it up too, and I'll do that today with some 3D foam strips from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. Because of how far over my photo collage comes on the top left-hand side, I did put my title a little bit higher so that I didn't cover up too much of the pictures. And then I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use some cute animals to add to this layout. Now, there were some decent fall options still within the Best Year Ever collection, but I've done September, I've done October, so I've kind of dug into those quite a bit already. So I decided to go ahead and pull out the fall collection from Simple Stories from last year, which actually coordinated really well because it had navy in it, had that green in it, also had pink, so I had to avoid that a little bit, but was a pretty good match. And so I just pulled out some different woodland creatures to add to where I wanted my clusters to go. And then I'm also going to decorate with just some leaf stickers, leaf ephemera to, of course, play up the fall theme. I have one son who loves foxes. I have another son who loves raccoons. So adding the little woodland critters is always a perfect addition for our family stories because we like them anyway. So they fit very well. Next, I'm going to add some enamel dots. These also come from Simple Stories, and they have them with just about every collection, so you can find pretty much any color you're looking for. And in this case, I am coordinating it, of course, with my background and just adding some little dots to each cluster. And that will finish off my layout. I will do my journaling on the back side, documenting what each picture is of. And another month done, so just December, and then I am definitely going to approach 2021 differently because it's July and I haven't started yet. But I do have some ideas. I know what I want to do, so stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and if you play along with the sketch, tag me on Instagram so I can see it. We'll see you next time.